welcome to the Dead Bedroom Revival Podcast. My name is Corey, your host, and I'm excited to be making this episode. We're close to Christmas, and hopefully you guys are just as excited as I am. Some time off with the family, get to eat a lot, and then really enjoy time, especially for the children. I think it's a really, really amazing time for them. I don't know what you guys do in terms of your Christmas traditions, if you celebrate Christmas. But for us, we generally have my in-laws over, we have dinner, we play a few games, and then pretty much that's Christmas over. I think usually by about 8:30 in the evening, we're so spent, we're so tired, and it's like pretty much coming to an end at that point. So it's pretty much going to be the same this year. And then Boxing Day, we go for a pantomime. So that's like our little tradition. We go for this pantomime. It's really, really cool. They always have different shows, and it's just the entertainment factor of it. It's really, really good. And then usually we just relax after Boxing Day, and usually, in fact, after Boxing Day is when I remove all Christmas lights. Like literally, if you come to my house 2 or 3 days after Christmas, you wouldn't even know that it was going to be Christmas, or it was Christmas. All decorations are gone. Any trace of Christmas is gone. So it's pretty exciting. So pretty excited about Christmas, but pretty much very quick to get over the whole festive season. So today, I'm just wanted to sort of touch upon something that I sort of hinted on last week, and this has to do with decision making. And I think a lot of guys who are in a sexless relationship generally suffer from bad decisions, and not bad decisions as in that you are no good at making decisions, but when you got rejected a few times, or when your partner's sexual desires changed, you started making decisions to try and make things work. And usually when you make those decisions, we base the result as validation of how good the decision was. So what I'm trying to say is this. So I'll give you an example of this. So maybe it might make sense. So I like watching football. And when I say football, I mean UK football. In America, they call it soccer. So we're going through the World Cup. I live in England. I was supporting England. And we were playing France. And one of our star players had to kick a penalty. So we won a penalty. We already 1 goal down, I believe. I think we were 1 goal down at the time. We were a goal down. And then the captain, skipper, striker gets onto the ball. And then he scores this penalty. So the game goes along. I think France scores again. And then England gets a second penalty. Now, on the whole pitch, in terms of England players, there's no one else you would be wanting to give the ball to, because Harry Kane has shown has proved himself in the Premier League and really high-stake games to be able to handle the pressure and score the goal. But this was World Cup, so it's different kind of pressure. But anyways, he steps up and he just kicks it over the bar. And it was just heartbreaking to see this, because all of a sudden you just knew that the opportunity to really probably win this game was gone, because at that point, up to about that point, England was playing really well. They were in good position. They were getting into good positions, and also were more likely to score and go on and win the game. So he misses the penalty, but it was not his decision, it was the decision of the manager, or the coach, as Americans call it. So the manager looked at that situation. His decision was to allow him to kick that penalty. And then because of that decision, if he felt that the decision for giving that penalty to Harry Kane to take, he took it on as a bad decision. And because he thought it was a bad decision, he then went on to try and correct that decision by removing 2 star players, or at least attacking-minded players, and then he put a defensive minded player, which changed the shape of the team, which invited more pressure onto England, which made it even more difficult to go on the offensive and then go on and win the game. So it became that one decision of him missing made him then go and make on a few more make more decisions, and those decisions were in reaction to the bad outcome that had happened. Now, I think if Harry Kane goes on and scores it, the team will score level, and then there's potential that may go and win. And if that had gone that way, everybody would have praised him, like how amazing it is that he went on and took 2 penalties and then scored. Now, this is, just to bring context to this, in the final, one of the best players in the world ended up taking 3 penalties during the game. Now, this is a World Cup final. This is like the biggest game you can ever play as a footballer. And the whole world is pretty much watching you. And this boy stepped up and scored 3 penalties, which is absolutely insane, plus an incredible goal that he scored as well. So when you see how somebody people can handle different types of levels of pressure and overcome that sort of situation, you realize that Harry Kane, the occasion got over him and then he hit over the bar. And it's understandable. Everybody goes through that sort of thing. But from the manager's perspective, when Harry Kane missed, that was him looking at his decision to allow him to hit the second penalty as if that decision was a bad decision. It wasn't a bad decision. It was the correct decision that just had a terrible outcome. Now, how does this all work in terms of your relationship? Everything that you've done is probably not a bad decision. So if you've done the candlelight thing and tried to set the mood, it's not a bad decision. But the crazy part about it is that you can't control the outcome. So if you've done something like that and then you've not had the good outcome, it isn't because you've made a bad decision. It isn't because you're not good enough or you're not sexy enough. Again, the outcome shouldn't be the judge of a decision. Now, I'm not saying, for instance, if you go and then you drive off a cliff, well, the outcome is based on a stupid decision. So you can make these stupid decisions, but I mean in a situation where you're in a marriage where you want to have more passion within your relationship, your decision making sometimes might not result in the outcome that you want. But the problem is that when you start reacting to those outcomes to make even more decisions, you can start making decisions that are bad. And it's called resulting, and it comes from poker, where if you have a bad hand, if you start trying to react because you had a bad hand before, the chances of you starting to fail is much, much higher. And we've done this many of times. In fact, every human being has done this. That you've made a good decision, you've researched, you've really thought it through, you've asked questions, and then you make a decision, but you still get the wrong outcome. Then all of a sudden, if you don't look at the outcome and think, oh, you know what, the outcome didn't work in my favor, let me take a step back, let me think it through, and then make another decision that's well thought out. But usually, most of the times that when the outcome happens, we think the decision that we made in order to get the outcome was bad. Generally, it's not. And then, especially in a sexless relationship, generally it's not. It's the right thing. You went and bought a weekend getaway. You went away, nothing happened. You've taking your partner out for dinner. You try to make time, you try to make space, you've tried to go and clean the house, make sure that she's rested and she's relaxed. All of those are really good decisions. In terms of the outcome, you can't control the outcome to some extent. if you can start viewing it from that perspective, because I'm saying this because a lot of people, when they make this decision, they get the wrong outcome, they really put everything on themselves, like, oh, that means I'm useless, that means I'm not worthy enough, that means, for some reason they start whipping themselves because of those decisions. And really today I was just trying to take away this thought or this notion that just because you've had a bad outcome, that means you've made a bad decision. I wanted to remove that the outcome shouldn't determine the quality of your decision making. So hopefully that sort of frees you about a bit, especially in a sexless relationship, that the only way you can control the outcome of that, again, it's just being you and really allowing yourself that you don't fold, you don't crumble when things don't go your way. Because this is one of the major things that you're broken, you're feeling lonely, you're feeling just like an outcast. You feel like somebody who's not worth anything because of this situation that you're in right now. And you're making decisions based off of that feeling, those negative feelings. And that's when you're making bad decisions. So hopefully that makes sense. And I'm going to listen back to this. Hopefully I can post it and keep it, leave it up. But I'm going to really go down with this route, and we're going to talk about decision making probably this throughout Christmas. And this is going to be important because there's a lot of important decisions that you're going to have to make coming into the next year. If you listen to this podcast, we're going to elevate your life. 2023, it's going to be absolutely incredible. So, and thank you for listening this year, and hopefully this is impactful for you guys as much as it's impactful for me. Like I said, I love sharing different things, and all these concepts, when I learn them, I want to share them. So again, partially from a selfish perspective, because the more I can talk about it, the more I can really engrave that knowledge in my head. But at the same time, I want to share with you guys so we can all grow together. So 2023 is going to be absolutely incredible, and we're going to finish off this year really diving deeper into decision making. And today we're just talking about that your consequence of a decision shouldn't determine the quality of a decision. So you could have an absolutely amazing decision, but sometimes because you can't control the outcome, it could end up in not going your way. So just hopefully that frees you up to not feel down and depressed because things have not worked out. So thank you very much for listening. If you're looking to ask for any questions or you need some help, just really trying to get clarity in your sexless relationship and how you can overcome this, go to Instagram, deadbedroomrevival.com, and we'll be able to send us a DM saying Dead Bedroom, and we'll be able to get back to you and just show you the next steps so we can help you out and get some clarity onto your situation. So thank you very much. We'll be speaking to you soon. Take care.